Hey, welcome to Squarebody Stuff. I'm Chad. I'm just getting home from work. It's about quarter after 7 or 7:30 in the morning. So I work night shift. Been driving the race truck Squeaky to work the last couple days. I figure he deserves some daily driving time since I've been beating the crap out of him. I'm surprised he's still running. I just kind of want to do a short vlog. Been driving Squeaky because you see Buddy got a load of trailer tires on Buddy. Found a good deal on Facebook Marketplace. Guy had a whole bunch of them for a really good price, so I went and picked them up and just been busy at work working doubles, so I don't have a whole lot of time to do stuff on those days I work doubles. Just ain't had enough time to do stuff. We all run into that. So spin around here. There's Frank, another project of my youngest boys. We got it running, and it'll start up and drive itself around, but that project's kind of stalled out. And then behind it, we've got Big Nasty, my rock crawler, which he hadn't really shown a whole lot of himself on the channel yet. I'd like to do more with him. I've got plenty of vehicles, plenty of old Squarebodies to play around with. Just as of late, just not a whole lot of time. So I've been trying to do some of them short, I guess the facts, Squarebody facts, whatever videos. Just something short I can do real quick. It doesn't take long to do them and edit them and put them out there. And it's, I think it's valuable information. Like you say in the videos, it's questions that I see come up all the time that it's just easier for me to answer with a good video than it is to type it out every time I see the question. Just the easiest way I can think of to contribute on the social media pages or send the old lean-to. I don't think I've shown anything of this truck that's in the lean-to. This is Shorty. This is my oldest son Clayton's 78, no, it's 79, little step side short bed. It's got a 350 and a T5 5-speed, but he bought it, I think, probably 5-6 years ago. And it's just been kind of sitting since. It sat so long at my other place before I moved here. Didn't realize it didn't have enough antifreeze in it. And when we went to start it up to get it up on the trailer, or move it up on the trailer to get it over here, antifreeze was leaking out of the side of the block. So I'm not sure if it's busted or if a freeze plug's rusted through or popped out. Yet another project that's just sitting there, collecting dust. We'll get to him someday also. Of course, there's a lot of stuff I want to do to Buddy. He's been around. I've had him for almost 18 years now. One thing I would like to talk about is Squeaky. He's kind of my main truck on this channel. He's got me a lot of views and stuff, and people really like him. Never once imagined when I first got this truck that he would be what he is now. He's still not much. Don't get me wrong, he's not much. It's just a junky old truck with a junky old 305 with a little bit of goodies in it. Try to stay budget minded on everything except for when I went to the nitrous system. Now I know that's not something everybody else is going to do. That was just for me. I thought it'd be fun. I've never messed with nitrous. I've never been to the drag strip. I never once thought I'd be taking this truck to the drag strip, even when I started doing the nitrous, getting the idea for that. I've just never been to the drag strip. So this truck has really done a lot for me as far as fun factor, and I think from the comments from some of my viewers, it's done a lot for them, because my main goal with this truck in the beginning, when I decided to keep it, because I almost sold it not too long after I got the channel going, because I don't need, I got too many projects as it is, don't need another one taking up money and space and blah blah blah. I just didn't have an idea for him, what to do with him. But the goal with this truck was, once I decided to keep it, because of course on social media keep seeing the question of what can I do with my 305, and usually it's like a 305 and a 4-speed. It's no work truck, or it doesn't really matter what transmission, but a lot of times you see a guy's got a 305 and a 4-speed, and You know, just ask a simple question: is there anything I could do to get more power out of 305? And I will admit, I used to be one of those guys that's like, well, you know, you're better off putting the money into a 350 or something like that, because 305s don't typically make a lot of power. I understand that. I was one of those guys that I wouldn't just necessarily say throw it away. I always knew you can have some fun with them, you know, but dollar per horsepower, it's just not there. Dollar per horsepower, you can spend the same amount of money in a 350 and have several more horsepowers. But if that's all you got, and you don't have the money to buy a whole nother engine, everything you buy for 305, intake, headers, carburetor, even the camshaft, you know, if you put a camshaft in it, and as long as you don't destroy it in the meantime, you know, you can swap that cam back into a 350 if you find a good 350 or something. So you can invest that money into a 305, and it's not really wasting money, and you can enjoy the 305, the truck as it is with that motor too. You can save up to get a 350, and honestly, I've kind of fallen in love with the little 305. They're hard to kill. You know, I know a lot of guys that's done crash, or you know, demolition derbies, and they love the 305s because you can overheat them, and they just don't seem to want to die, and you can beat on them and beat on them, and that's what I've been doing with this, is beating on it, and you know, it's worn out. I've got the compression test video. You guys can verify that it is worn out. You know, I got one cylinder, I think it's number 2 cylinder is down to like 90 psi, so it's wore out. I'm not losing anything if it does blow up, but I'm actually kind of to the point where I don't know if I really want to just purposely blow the truck up or this motor up, because and I've fallen in love with the little motor, and it's fun to, you know, get some legitimate wins at the drag strip with the little 305 and the 4-speed. It's funny at the drag strip, whenever I tell people I've got a grainy low 4-speed, their brains kind of melt, and they don't know what to say because they've never seen that at a drag strip. So, but the transmission is staying, maybe not that particular one, but I'm going to dare to be different, because no one remembers the guy that puts an automatic in his truck, because everybody does that. Not putting anybody down for doing that. That would be the logical thing to do with this truck, is put an automatic in it. Of course, I am doing gears eventually. I've got a whole different idea for a whole different rear end in this truck, so we're going to do gears. I'm thinking of sticking with a 305, honestly, for the next motor in this truck. I'd like to find another core, which I've got some located. A buddy of mine's got a couple core 305s I could build, and actually build a dedicated 305 to take to the track and have some fun with. That was actually built and designed to handle the more horsepower. But the 4-speed transmission is staying. I'm stuck on that because, you know, yeah, I could be faster with an automatic or a car 4-speed, but nobody drag races a Muncie 465. I'm gonna be that guy, and I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun with it. There's a lot of positive comments about it too, and a couple of the most positive comments I've got about this truck, and really make it really worth it, is you know, people have commented that what I'm doing with this truck, they've really it's inspired them to, they actually appreciate their 305 now. Even if it's just stock, they appreciate it more because they realize that you can do something with them. So I'm just kind of rambling on a little bit. Nothing real important. I think just some of the future stuff I got going on. Got some comments of people wanting certain how-to videos, so I'm going to try to work on some more how-to videos, of course. And then I got to do some work with Squeaky, because he's not running right. Even though he got his best time ever, he was cutting out on the top end. Don't know if anybody could tell that in the video, but it's pretty obvious he was cutting out on the top end. I want to believe that, you know, he got a 13.5 at 95 mile an hour and a quarter. I really feel with the way the truck was running and cutting out, it wouldn't pull hardly past 6,000 RPM cleanly. I really think if there's a a high 12-second run in this truck just the way it is if I get the tuning ironed out. I haven't had any time to tune him. I kind of played around with jets a little bit and the timing a little bit. Of course, back to timing off for the nitrous, but I haven't spent any time to tune him properly. Just kind of running how he is. Just sent it. Also, I was having an issue with the fuel side of my nitrous plate. I'm not sure if the pump's bad or regulator's bad or something. I was getting fuel, but I wasn't showing any pressure on the gauge. So I got to diagnose that issue. I got to do some tuning on them, and I think possibly the part of my issue was the ignition. I'm still running the HEI distributor, and they're known for not being real reliable over 5,500 RPM. I'm trying to turn this thing over 6,000 RPM. I think that coil's getting weak. It's got that new module in it. I don't think that's the problem, but that coil, I have no idea what brand it is, how long it's been alive, I don't know. So while I was trying to figure out what I'm going to do about a better ignition, it dawned on me. I've got a Mallory Unilite distributor and the coil and ignition box in Big Nasty here. And Big Nasty, all he needs is an HEI distributor. He'll be fine with that. And also I'll pull out that ignition box. Now hopefully that ignition box is still good. It died on me when we was trying to move this truck over here. My youngest son, Shelman, you've seen him on the channel. He hooked the battery up and wasn't paying attention and hooked it up backwards, and the ignition box quit working. So I've just got it wired straight to the coil and the distributor. So hopefully, maybe, I don't know if there's a fuse inside that Mallory box or not, but hopefully it may be just a fuse or something simple, and I can use that box, because that setup will work great in Squeaky. I know this video has just been me kind of rambling and wandering around aimlessly like I do sometimes, and I just want to let you guys in on kind of what I got going on, some future plans. Of course, I always like to read your input. I may or may not agree with it, but we've all got that freedom of speech. So please leave me comments. Let me know what you think about some ideas. If you have ideas of videos you would like to see, I try to make a notebook of them, and so I have ideas of stuff to do. Let me know what you think of the channel, and let me know what you guys want to see in the future. Also, the last video with Squeaky at the drag strip, I asked the question, what do you guys want to see me do with the motor in this? I am partial to the idea of building a good 305 for him again and hurting some feelings, and actually maybe going to some actual races next season with the 305 and some nitrous and the 4-speed and hurting some feelings. But let me know what you guys think. Eventually I may move past that. I've got big blocks around here to build. I've got some small blocks. A buddy of mine's been hoarding up a bunch of 400 small blocks. So I've got options of other motors, but 305s are easier to get a hold of, and it's been fun. It's been a fun ride with this little 305. It's, as some people have said, it's been inspiring. I think I'm ending it off here. I've rambled long enough. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you haven't already, give me a thumbs up. Share these videos. That helps us out too. Get them out to your friends and family, or even people you don't like. Maybe you don't like the videos and you want to give them something you don't want to watch. I don't know. Go down to the description box down below. Check out the Teespring store. Get some merchandise. Hit me up on Facebook and Instagram. You keep your Squarebodys rolling, and we'll catch you later.